Thanks for checking out our channel. This is going to be possible repair video on a Gallagher M1100. I gotta go grab it here in a second. It's in the box next to me. It's having my light over my bench. The hole that watered out on the light thing and it's falling off. I got a new one. Just need to replace. I've had that thing for about 12 years now. I'm finally having some trouble with it. Alright, well, let me get this unit out of the box here. The note on it, let me find a note on it here. We don't see too many of these coming for repair. These are pretty reliable units overall, these Gallagher units. We get lots of older Gallagher stuff in. That's 10, 20, 30, 40-year-old stuff, but not too many newer ones. It says lack of power, but still clicks, so we got to figure out what that means. And I just talked to the customer because I wanted to find out a little more information on this. Is a 2018 model. This is the launch year for this model. This came out in 2018. And this is a 2018 unit. You can see the serial number there. So it's with 18. That's the year it was built. And he said he bought it sometime in that year. He said it's been running great until recently. And it's not, the green grass hasn't started growing quite good yet. And so he said, I've got time to get it fixed. I'm feeding hay still right now. So he said, well, it won't be too much longer, and they'll have to move the cows out to pasture and stuff. So we're going to plug it in here. Going all the way to the top there. Let's I mean, we'll open it up here in a minute, but let's get initial check on the thing and see what we're getting voltage-wise. Well, we're getting about 8,000 volts, a little bit more than 8,000. That seems to be a nice, decent number. But maybe he had a short out there. Maybe his ground system wasn't quite adequate. Maybe whenever he was using it, it was real dry and the ground wasn't conducting like it should. I mean, there's all kinds of little things that you got to think about. All right, got to get the right bit. And then this hole here is all full of crud. There's two screws holding this thing together. I worked on not a lot of these, but I worked on some, not too many. Shut up, cat. Turn around this way. There's the inside in all its glory. Alright, so the circuit board looks pretty nice. Transformer looks good. Capacitor physically looks okay. But let's get I'm looking for something. Shh. Ow, cat, it's my leg. Stop. Alright, let's just get this capacitor unplugged. There's a little locking tab on this spay connector. Let's just pull it out of circuit here. This is a 30 microfarad capacitor. 30 microfarad, 1200 volt. Let's put our meter across there and see what it reads. It should be right around 30. $29. Can't get much better than that. So changing it won't gain us anything. Let's see, do I have a transfer for this model? I do. Let's see if this makes a difference in how it performs. Let's unplug. Come on. Stupid locking tab on there. Shh. Come on. Come on, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's just plug it in the way it sits. Let's see, I'm looking for one more thing here I want to look at. Shh, come on, cat, go away. Alright, let's plug it in. About the same, about 8,000 volts. Let's see, kind of spark this thing off the road. Seems good to me. I mean, I would have loaded it down pretty hard doing a short like that. I don't think I think there's nothing wrong with this unit. I think they've got a fence problem or a ground system problem. So we'll swap the transformer back in there. And then we'll put it back together. I'll call the customer up, tell them what we've solved thing. Typically these Gallagher, the Gallagher units, they either work or they don't. They either click along just fine, or they click along just fine with no output or very low output, or they don't click at all. They don't really have any kind of intermittent issue. And from our experience, they don't. So they either work really good or they don't. And usually what causes them to fail is lightning or age. Don't get too many Gallaghers with just weird, quirky issues. They don't have intermittent problems like some other brands do. They do cost a bunch of money, but by far we see the least amount of trouble out of their stuff. Make sure it still powers on. Alright. Put the screws back in it. Where the heck did the other one go? It fell out. And then we'll just button this one up and sit it on back. But we'll talk it over with the customer. See what they have to say. run through some scenarios with them, what they can do out there in the field. Whew. Well, thanks for checking out our channel. Until next time, see you later on. And have a good rest of your day. There we go.